$75 million worth of Cam Newton takes a shot back at a random fan with his bank account as his ammunition after a fan tried to clown him because he didn't win the Super Bowl. Woo! You know you got a fan in me. Cam got a fan in me because I ain't win no Super Bowl either. Let's talk about it. So we know he's no longer in the NFL, but he's always in the spotlight. He is Cam Newton. Last time I saw Cam Newton was in Miami at Prime 112, where you see everybody famous, but Cam Newton was in there. And let's just say, even amongst stars, Cam is different. He shines brighter than the average star. It's just what it is. Whether it's his physique, whether it's his persona, whether it's his energy, the dude's always smiling. Like, he radiates. That's what it is. Dude is radiant. Like, he just radiates. You'd be like, damn, that's Cam Newton. Like, I saw other dudes who ball, but like, oh, that's Cam Newton. Like, we were raised on some great Cam Newton. It just feels like, even though he's younger than me, it's crazy. All right, so he's still talking, doing a bunch of podcasts, doing his own podcast now, because he went on the circuit and they destroyed it. Said, oh, let me do that. And he also plays video games a ton. So I guess he's a gamer. And I know nobody's sneezing at that no more. You see that gamer get 100 million the other day? A gamer. 100 million is going down in this new world order. All right, so he recently had an interaction with a fan, again, who attempted to undermine his status as an NFL player. Okay, let's just start right here. Y'all put some respect on Cam Newton's name, please. I don't like when guys get this, like, stigma on them. Like, you can take shots at Cam, or Westbrook is Westbrick, and you could clown him when you see him too. Like, no. One's a definite future Hall of Famer, and one is a borderline, but at least he's an NFL MVP, and you got to put some respect on Cam's name. So anyway, the fan, young fan, of course, so he's protected by his age, but not his stupidity. He mocked Newton for not having any Super Bowl rings. Okay, saying, how many rings you got? We got the same amount. But Cam, because Cam has been through this with these little campers before, right? Remember that little camper that was trying to clown Cam, and Cam went back at him, maybe went a little overboard, but gave him the real? All right, Cam has figured this out. Y'all take shots at me. I'm not going to use the same caliber of gun and weapon to shoot back, but I got a little air pistol, little BB gun, a little CO2, a little water pistol, something for you to take out you little kids who ain't putting no respect on Cam's name. So he said, Cam looked back at the little dude. He said, none, but we don't got the same bank account. And little man was like, oh, little man got in his feelings. You could just hear it. You could just feel it. And Cam said, oh, no. Don't play the victim now. And that's what people do. Golly, I hate that. When I'm sitting there minding my own business, this happened to me 1,000 and trillion times. Everywhere I'm going, I'm just minding my business. That's how I roll. I just mind my business. Why? I'm so thoroughly amused and entertained with my own brain and what I'm seeing of the world. I ain't got to share that with you. I think highly of you or low of you, but it doesn't matter. I'm always going to treat you with love and respect, even though I'm thinking you ain't shit. Right? So I'm just doing that in life. And then somebody always want to take a jab. You know, oh, Wiley, you wasn't good in that. Oh, Wiley, you sucked there. Now, I know that, but when you say that, now I got to let you know, oh, I think higher of myself. So then I shoot back. And every time I shoot back, let's just say I'm a marksman. Wow, I know where to get you, baby. Because come on, man. I've been through that and I've been through this. So I hit them. Wow, they wounded. And guess what they usually do? Ow! Ow, why you say that? Hey, bruh, don't start none, won't be none. So glad for you, Cam Newton, for doing that to that little camping. Now, he's still on the tour talking about he should be a starting quarterback and all that, but no organization is going to holler at him and give him a chance. We know where that is. That's probably gone. That ship has sailed, I would say. Not because of how talented he is, just because of the whole situation, all that Cam brings, good and bad, and some of the things that are unknown, like how good he will be. Anyway, let's get into the life lesson of this conversation, because this is a conversation of high road meets low road, right? We all are built to take both. Some of us take one more than the other. There's a high road you're supposed to take in life, and there's a low road that a lot of people take in life, and we say they slip up, but in reality, we are wired for that low road. We have to learn to play and to live on that high road. So I remember I had a Wileyism, like, I own a house on the high road, but I rent an apartment on the low. like every now and then I visit the low road and let you know, bah, you better watch what you say about your boy. And it's kind of like this whole athlete mindset. I don't want to call it new media athlete mindset, but KD, Kevin Durant, oh, what'd you say? All right, Draymond Green, whether he at the bar back in Michigan State or not, wherever he at, what'd you say? And part of me, the part that has that apartment on the low road, understands exactly where they're coming from. Why? Because fans get a pass. Because fan is short for fanatic. Well, let me just tell you now, that pass is expiring, if not already expired. Cats ain't playing that no more. Because you can be a fanatic and do whatever you want, right? And that's how it is, but the athlete has to act like he doesn't care. When what we're discussing, what we're here for is me. But I gotta be the one that takes the high road and acts like that didn't hurt, or I don't care about what you just said about me, mine, my legacy. Just like we were just talking about that tipping. And then all of a sudden you start to really look at it and you're like, interesting. Whether you agree or not, you're just like, interesting. I think it's interesting that these athletes are now raising their hand. They're not too cool for school anymore. They're like, nah, B, say something about me, I'm coming back. Now with all the podcasts, all the independent creators, all the guys who have their own channels doing their own thing, you're gonna see more and more of this, just simply as that. Whether you are a youngster who's gonna take a shot, which I think is the stupidest thing in the world. The act of a youngster being in the presence of Cam Newton the Great, yes, NFL MVP. Every year there are 2,000 NFL players, and every year they pick one as the best player that year, and Cam Newton found himself on top of that mountain. And your young butt gonna be in his presence, and instead of trying to pop off and look cool and get some clip, and try to press your boys, you should have ran up to that dude and said, please give me any jewels you'll drop right now to let me know how to make this process easier so I could attain what you did, because obviously I'm here in pursuit of that. But nah, that ain't what you want. You want a viral clip. Well, you're gonna get it, but you ain't gonna get what you want really out of life if you waste moments like that. I just don't get it. Look, if I saw a crowd and they start heckling me, I wouldn't even have to respond. I'd be like, dog, you know why you're on that side of the rope? You know why? Look, man, it ain't about that. Why we even got to play this? I wish the rope wasn't there. I wish you could roam freely, but obviously the way you're popping off and talking, they got to keep you separate from me. And ain't that a damn shame? Well, you keep acting like that, you're going to stay separated from me and my greatness of Cam Newton. Now, I will say this to shoot back at Cam. You can't be using money as your big gun, not in the locker room. You know the rules. No matter who's shooting, no matter what they shoot, if you use money, conversation over. You lost. White flag. Take the L. I didn't make up that rule. That's just the general rule of the locker room. And I think everywhere, right? If we joning, if I'm bagging on your girl because she ain't that cute, whatever. If you bagging on my mama because she bigger than me, all right, whatever. We look at those shoes. Okay. Look at your car. Okay. And then you say how much money I got. Wait a minute, these jokes come free, bro, so it don't matter about the money. And that's what I learned in the locker room, and some of that could have applied here. But there were a greater lesson to be learned for this little kid. And unfortunately, he had to learn it on the low road, where if he don't get his mind right, if he don't stop acting like that, sucker there might be renting an apartment there too.